In the mid-1990s, Nambi Narayanan was a name synonymous with ambition, innovation, and national pride within India's burgeoning space program. As a brilliant rocket scientist and a cryogenics expert, he was at the forefront of developing India's liquid propulsion technology, a critical step towards independent space exploration. His days were filled with complex calculations, demanding experiments, and the quiet satisfaction of pushing the boundaries of what was possible. He was a man dedicated to his country's scientific future, a figure of quiet authority and immense intellect. But then, in 1994, this meticulously built life, this carefully nurtured reputation shattered into 1,000 pieces. Without warning, South Asian authorities descended upon him, arresting the esteemed scientist on charges so grave, so unfathomable, they sent shockwaves across the nation: espionage. Narayanan stood accused of colluding with Pakistan, India's geopolitical rival, to steal vital rocket technology. The accusations were lurid, fueled by sensational press reports that painted a picture of him being ensnared by two so-called honey trappers in the Maldives. Overnight, the celebrated scientist became a villain, a traitor in the eyes of his own people. The ordeal that followed was a descent into a waking nightmare. Narayanan was subjected to relentless, brutal interrogations, where physical beatings were not uncommon. He was locked away, not with other alleged spies, but in a cell shared with a convicted serial murderer, a stark indicator of the dehumanizing environment he was thrust into. Every news headline screamed his guilt, every public utterance condemned him. Across the country, people who once admired him now detested him, their anger fueled by a narrative that painted him as the ultimate betrayer. The immense, crushing stress of these false accusations, the public humiliation, and the agonizing uncertainty took an unbearable toll not just on Narayanan, but on his family. His wife, the anchor of his life, began to unravel under the pressure, the constant fear and shame driving her to a state of profound mental distress. Their home, once a sanctuary of scientific discussion and familial warmth, became a crucible of suffering. Narayanan was fighting not just for his freedom, but for his very sanity and for the sanity of those he loved most. For 2 agonizing years, this nightmare persisted. Nambi Narayanan remained imprisoned, his career ruined, his reputation in tatters, his family in turmoil. The nation believed him guilty, the media solidified his villainy, and he endured the darkest chapter of his life, clinging to a truth that no one seemed willing to hear. Then, slowly, painstakingly, the fabricated layers of the case began to peel away. In 1996, a different truth, a devastating truth, finally emerged. The entire case against Nambi Narayanan, the espionage charges, the honey traps, the collusion with Pakistan, it was all a grand, elaborate fabrication. The local government, it turned out, had orchestrated and manufactured the whole sordid affair. The allegations were baseless, the evidence non-existent, and the public outcry profoundly misplaced. The revelation was shocking, a testament to how easily a nation could be misled and a life unjustly destroyed. Narayanan was eventually acquitted and released, his innocence finally affirmed, but the years he had lost, the suffering he and his family endured, could never be fully recovered. In an attempt to provide some measure of justice, or perhaps simply an acknowledgement of the profound wrong committed, the scientist was later awarded compensation. The figure settled at 18 million rupees, approximately $250,000, a sum, while significant, pales in comparison to the cost of 2 years of his life, the destruction of his career, and the permanent scars left upon his family. But Nambi Narayanan was not a man to simply accept this meager closure. His fight for true justice, for accountability, continued. In 2018, more than 20 decades after his initial arrest, the Supreme Court of India reopened an investigation into his false arrest. This landmark decision sought not only to further compensate Narayanan, but crucially, to identify and hold responsible those officials who had fabricated the case against him, those who had so recklessly and so cruelly orchestrated his downfall. The story of Nambi Narayanan is a somber reminder of the fragility of truth, the power of narrative, and the profound impact of institutional failure. It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity and the enduring quest for justice even when the damage feels irreversible. His life, once dedicated to propelling India into space, became a testament to the heavy cost of a nation's mistaken accusation. What are your thoughts on Nambi Narayanan's incredible ordeal and his unwavering fight for justice? Share your reflections in the comments below. And if this story resonated with you, consider subscribing or following for more deep dives into the lives and events that shape our world.